Hi there, my name is Spielbeck and the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, subscribe, and ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. And I woke up this morning in bed. I take a while to get up in the morning. It takes me a while, but I wake up first. I'm a bit blurring. I think it's July, middle of July. There's really not much going on in the world of Doctor Who, and I really, my audience, you do like Doctor Who videos, but there's really not much to talk about at all. Then I thought, I don't know, maybe I can review something from that's old. I can crank something out. Then I thought, Svi, relax, mate, relax. It's been what, 2 or 3 days since some kind of shilly media outlet said something really stupid about Doctor Who. There's bound to be something coming up that you can talk about. And lo and behold, Radio Times is the gift that keeps on giving. Bless them. Fun. Listening to Radio Times talk about Doctor Who is like listening to a 3-year-old talk about advanced physics. They kind of understand, the framework, but they're so stupid. They're so incredibly dumb. Not dumb. Like a 3-year-old talking about physics isn't dumb. They're just simplistic. There's baby-brained morons, I think the would be the correct expression. Fine, but before we get in, guys, you guys can hit the subscribe button. That'll be fan-freaking-tastic. I am very, very grateful for everybody subscribing. If you subscribe, you can enter this fantabulous competition. The Indiana Jones box set that has the first 3 movies. Doesn't have Kingdom of Crystal Skull, Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Also, something I totally forgot. I lent the Last Crusade disc out to somebody, and he destroyed it. So the Last Crusade disc is one that I'm so paranoid. I backed everything up onto the hard drive, so I backed it up, and I burnt myself a replacement disc, and works fine. So other than that, it's great. All you need to do to win it is subscribe to the channel, and in the video notes. Not the video notes, in the comments, leave the hashtag Dr. Jones, and we'll do the prize draw on August the 2nd. I'm running this one run for a couple of weeks because it's a great prize. Indiana Jones, it is physical media, baby. Want your physical media. Plus, go check the video notes. There is a download link for a Tomorrow People audio adventure, The Deadliest Species. It was made by Big Finish. And great company, Big Finish, if you don't know of it. And it's out of license now. You can't buy a physical copy. You can't buy a print copy. So help yourself download. I would say, I always say when I say this, if you do download it, listen to it and enjoy it, and if Big Finish ever gets the license back again, go and go and buy yourself a digital copy, and I think make it all nice and kosher. Fine, so let's get back to the Radio Time. I was just thinking something that's really common between racists and bigots and in my universal experience of people who are fans of the current era of Doctor Who, as big as Radio Times clearly is. They look at the world in a really incredibly simplistic way, like an incredibly dumb simplistic way. So it's no real wonder that Radio Times articles talking about Doctor Who are incredibly dumb and simplistic. Again, racists, they go, oh, that person with that skin color, they're bad. Same with the fans of this era. They're like, oh, you don't like the writing because you don't like women. Transphobe, blah. They just see the world in very, very simplistic ways. Bless them. Fine. So let's look at this article. And the great bit about this article is it actually deals with something I just dealt with in detail yesterday. So I can really, most of the time I'm talking at my ass, but this time I actually know what I'm talking about. So let's read this article. The new Doctor Who twist could finally solve the Missy Master mystery. There is no Missy Master mystery, okay? Far be it from me to say anything in Chibnall's favour, but I'm going to right now. It's kind of a trope. The Master is killed and then comes back from the dead with no explanation. It's kind of happened over and over and over again. If you watch Doctor Who in the 80s, that every time the Master appeared, it happened. So it didn't really bother me. I should tell you, in the same way, I didn't really mind the Klingons in Star Trek Discovery when I first saw them. I'm like, I recognise them as Klingons. I know they look completely different. But for me, they look Klingon-y. So there was no mystery, and so I don't think Chibnall cared really when introduced. I think he's viewing this as an entirely new production. Certainly he's still viewing it as a new production, as in he's doing something that's really not popular, where the previous production Doctor Who was incredibly popular, 2005 to 2017. 3 years ago today, apparently. 3 years ago today, since Jodie Whittaker was announced as a Doctor. Oh, I was so optimistic. I really was. 3 years ago. How's fandom? How's Doctor Who fared in those 3 years? I would say not so well. I would say we're not doing as good as we were 3 years ago. Fine. Could this be how Michelle Gomez's Time Lord became Sasha Thomas? Who cares? Contains spoilers for Big Finish, Missy Series 2. So Missy Series 2, go and check out my review of it. It seems to me they're putting a lot of their chips, they're putting a lot of their money down on attracting and relating to fans of the current era, which I feel alienates the majority of fans. It does. So the latest Missy box set, which breaks my heart. It's not a recommend. It's fun. It's silly. It's bonkers. Michelle Gomez is great. Everyone's great. Rufus Hound. They're in front, behind the microphone. They're all great. But in the first episode, you have this, which they're going to talk about in this article. You have this new Time Lord character who they're totally going to spoil, right? And and she refers to the Doctor as a her. She was like, I just like, why? Why are you tying it to this contentious era? And then in the full story, you had Ogrons seemingly taking the piss out of anybody who doesn't like this era of Doctor Who. Time Lord, you were a man, you can't be a woman. And basically, this is exactly how anybody who doesn't like the writing of this era of the show is lampooned. So they don't have to actually deal with any of the criticism. Both, actually, I wrote to David Richardson, the producer, about this. I think I wrote quite a nice letter. If you come to my live stream tonight, which will be at 5 o'clock UK time, I will be talking about that more there. I do hope he responds. I don't know if he will or not. I'm honestly, I'm a bit on the fence if we're going to get the next David Warner, Bernie Summerfeld set. Fine. That's that. So anyway, so this is clearly a good piece of free promotion for them for Missy season series 2. So was it coordinated, or is it that Hugh Fullerton, the shill of the shills, Hugh Fullerton, who is paid in shillings, he is such a wonderful shill. He was just so happy that they reference and they seem to come down on his side. He wanted to support them, or was it a premeditated decision? Could go either way. I don't know. I don't even have a suspicion anyway. Either way. Fine, let's read this. While Sacha Dhawan's new version of Master was a hit with Doctor Who fans, I'd actually say that's true. I'll say, for me, I think Sacha Dhawan's Master was one of the, I was going to say the best thing of the season, but that's not really a fair, description. I would say, one of the things of the season that didn't want me want to vomit in my own mouth. I didn't want me to just get a baseball bat and smash my face in. And the reason why, not because of the great writing or the great character, it's because Sacha Dhawan was just so freaking happy to be the Master, and there was so much enthusiasm. And enthusiasm is something that's so lacking, I feel, from this era of Doctor Who, particularly in front of the camera. So okay, hit with the fans. Yeah, okay, I'll let that one go. When he debuted in early 2020. Yeah, early 2020, New Year's Day 2020. You don't get much earlier. What do you want to do, midnight? He definitely left fans with a few questions. No, they didn't. Because nobody cares. Nobody cares about the previous series. You're upset about continuity problems from the current era of Doctor Who? Nobody is, okay? Because there's no way of reconciling it. Unless they heavily retcon, which, from my mouth to the good Lord's ears, and speedily in our days. How did Michelle Gomez's Missy, the previous incarnation of the character, regenerate when she apparently died for good? So this is what I always had in my headcanon. Just as Missy turned up with a new DMAT switch, so she remembered everything that the Johnson Master had experienced. Right, she turned up with the DMAT switch because she remembered being trapped. I'm sure she also remembered being shot with his laser screwdriver So it's quite easy for her to have some padding on that to make it so she wouldn't die. And I think that's probably what what the character would have done. But yeah, that's just my headcanon, and I am what's the word? A slave to logic and reason. So again, one of the reasons I don't like the current era. The previous thing going to regenerate. Yeah, again, you don't know she was a previous incarnation anyway, either. You don't know. You don't know where Sasha's one master. We've had a lot of masters slot in, especially in Big Finish. You got the Alex McQueen master. It's freaking awesome. I really love the Alex McQueen master. And who else is there? There's the Mark Gatter's master, who is from a parallel dimension. And I think you got the Jeffrey Beavers one. He played it on screen as well. There just seems to be some extra masters being slotted in here and there. So we apparently don't. And when she did, why was so much of her last storyline, which saw the Doctor's foe become a reluctant do-gooder, reversed to make the master of a murderous villain? Because it doesn't matter what happened to people in the past. Doesn't matter. I think Chris Chibnall says, "Oh, that worked," or do something like that. He's a bit of a magpie if you're going, taking stuff from the show's past. Even the very recent past, you had a fantastic Cyberman, two-parter ending, and so he said, "Oh, that worked. I'll do a fantastic Spider-Man two-parter ending." But look, the cyber design, fantastic. Not much else was. Former series boss Doctor Who, former Doctor Who boss Stephen Moffat and Dewan himself have left it up to the fans to theorize. You see, I did it. We took care of it. No problem. Just like when the Master, reappeared in Planet of Fire, and although, it's not a big deal. And being Whovians that's just what they did. Yes, because we've always done this. Yes, the most popular theory suggests that Dwell's Master could actually come from before Gomez. I can actually see that. I can see him being a pre-Delgado Master. He's a bit bonkers for pre-Delgado, but he could be pre-Delgado. That wouldn't bother me at all. We never see the regeneration, so it's possible, or even her predecessor John Sims, but now a new laser spanner screwdriver, idiot. You see, this is what I was saying. It's like a child talking about nuclear physics, and then you pick the neutrons bang together, and then okay, that's great, fine. You kind of sort of understand. The subject of this has been thrown into the works to complicate things even further. What if Missy changed into this new master because there was another master in between? That's the central plot of new Big Finish audio starring Michelle Gomez as a renegade Time Lord who finds her Dathly pots being foiled by someone who she assumes is a doctor, only to find out. Okay, massive spoiler. Well, when I did my review yesterday, I avoided this spoiler, but I guess I'm just reading it now. Only to find out it's actually a future self played by Lionel Juter's Gina McKee. And again, that was actually, I think, a bit of a problem. She basically, they made her like the Master's Valiard. The Valiard's all the bad in the Doctor. This is all the good in the Doctor, in the Master. And she was a bit of a wet character, especially compared to Michelle Gomez's Master. And it just it creates such a really annoying continuity problem. I just kind of annoyed me. It just annoyed me. I don't think it was well. I mean, unless it's a plot thread they're going to pick up later, but they just left that dangling. But who knows? I was devastated when Missy left her screens, and of course Sasha turned. Who's this? Who's saying this? And of course Sasha turned up and was absolutely marvelous. Could be marvelous. I like to see it seen with a decent script. Episode writer Lisa McMullen says, but I haven't had my fill of Miss yet. Actually, me either. And you know what? Here's the thing. I want to give you money, Big Finish. I want to patronize. I want to give you my business. I really, if that thing with the Ogrons was taking the piss out of me, as it clearly freaking was. Clearly. You're making it hard for me to support you. Why? For what? It's just so stupid. But I'm not my fill of Missy yet. And so, I would like to buy more Missy sets. But I don't want to pay you to take the piss out of me. I don't. I mean, okay, call me silly, call me old-fashioned. I mean, you can pay me. If you give me them for free, you can take the piss, okay? Then I can like, take it or leave it. But I haven't had my filler. Yeah, I wanted to create a story that could possibly fill in the gap between Mrs. last television appearance and the Master's spectacular TV return. The future twist, the new Master calling himself the Lumiat, is actually good. Okay, fine. Within the story, it's revealed that at the end of her life, presumably referring to the 2017 27th, the Doctor falls. No, that's again. Idiots talking about Doctor Who, not knowing what they're talking about. No, I got the feeling it was much further on than that. The Lumiat would strike me as an incarnation after Sasha Dewan's, like the Valiant at the end. I'll be if Big Finish ever get Matt Smith, I would really like to see them do a Valiant Michael Jason do a Valiant Matt Smith one, because that's basically when he happens, right, during that regeneration. And throw Colin Baker in there as well. Wow, that'd be a great story. That'd be a great story. You know what? If you can't get Matt Smith, get Jake Dubman. Who can tell the difference? Yeah, they even look kind of like each other as well. I say, well done to Jake Dubman. He's like, a bit on the younger side, and I haven't heard any like obnoxious things from him on social media. Maybe I just don't watch him on social media, but like people send me emails and screen grabs all the time now, like crazy things people are writing. Who was it? The guy who's inside the Dalek. Not Nicholas Briggs. He was fired from Doctor Who magazine, but he was like he was basically trying to say there's no such thing as cancel culture. Come on, idiot! You're canceling everyone. That's like in the in the middle of the Inquisition, say maybe I believe in God, maybe not, maybe I'm no. So Missy activates some forbidden time technology called the Elysian Field, granting herself a new cycle of regenerations and avoiding certain death, while also purging herself of her darker qualities. This actually could have been. I think this fits more neatly into the War Doctor. Like, the War Doctor may have had clones of himself, offshoots of himself, and that would shunt it onto a different not timeline, parallel storyline. Following this process, McKee's Lumiat is all sweetness and light and determined to help her past self do good, and she seems to be wanting to influence herself to make the decision to be good. Though as the story goes on, some doubt begins to be cast on exactly how this regeneration from Missy to Lumiat panned out. Again, we don't know it came from one to another. Was Missy really to turn good, or was she trying to get rid of those pesky conscious that she's been struggling with, only to have something go wrong? Yeah, that sounds pretty masterish. By the end of the story, further spoiler, Missy ends up forcing the Lumiat to regenerate, making her a 2 for 2 in self-murder stakes, including John Sims' Master, and leaving it an ambiguous note as to what sort of person the next Master will be. So yeah, I can understand. It seems like she's slotting it in. Again, it just seems like putting in a lot of lore. Really, here's the thing. You don't want to add to or redefine established canon lore lightly. It's a big deal. That's the thing people have forgotten. It was a big deal when Stephen Moffat introduced the War Doctor. It's a big deal. It's not like something you can throw around easily. And if it does, it just doesn't really work. As Missy notes in the story, regeneration's lottery. Who's to say the next Master won't be worse than ever? In other words, this new story created something of a War Doctor for the Master. Yeah, again, a big bloody deal. I just don't think it was a good idea. There's there was a lot of pretty bad ideas in this set now, thinking about it. Bridging the character between two eras that completes Mrs. storyline and potentially explains the Master's reversion to type in series. So again, it doesn't matter. Why would you waste your time doing it? After having a perfectly good incarnation, maybe the next Master, as played around, overcorrected, creating a deadlier version than ever. Fans have had theories already. What if the Elysium field noted to be an unreliable piece of technology created by a darker master at the time, created a darker master at the time of the Lumiere. Two masters, yin yang. That might sound a little extreme. Yeah, but in the world's Doctor, anything's possible. Yeah, okay. Now we know what you're thinking. Does any of this count? No. As with all Big Finish stories, it's difficult to say. Honestly, if a master decide which Mary Shelley I'm going to accept as canon, it's going to be Big Finishes, not season 12. Oh god, that story was so boring. The Villa of the Holding Villa de people say, oh, that was a great story. No, I fell asleep in that twice. It was boring. I did like the Lone Sidemen. I just wish they didn't I wish they stuck the ending, which they did. They totally didn't do. Well, separate from Beavis' current version of Doctor Who, honestly, you don't have an editor. You miss the O off in Doctor Who. Really? All stories do have to be signed off by the Beeb, and some Big Finish characters, particularly companions of Paul McGann's Eighth Doctor, were named in the TV version of the 2013's Night of the Doctor. Yeah, that's when there was a good relationship between Big Finish and the production crew, suggesting that they exist in the TV universe as well. They do, idiot. Certainly, the Lumia's writer says she intended to be taken as an official extension of Missy's storyline. That's fair enough. The Lumia is canon. I say so. McClellan says, that's nice, darling. That's very nice. Listen, honestly, they just spent the last 6 months saying there is no canon, right? Paul Cannell. They actually say there is no such thing as canon. No canon is over. So what you pulling out your ass now? Now there is no. If you're putting your eggs in the new series basket, there is no canon. So shut up. If you're not, then again, it wasn't really a bad story. I mean, it's a bit light and frivolous. Lumia is a tale of what happens when the Time Lord, known as Missy the Master, between Gomez and Dewan. Caveat: I wrote this before there was a master in Dewan form. Yeah, okay, fine. And if the BBC were happy to sign off on the story being made and allow some oblique references to Jodie Whittaker's 13th Doctor in the story, yeah, stupid. Your script editor. Who was the script editor? The script editor should have put a stop to that straight away. I'm a big fan of her work. Yes, I know. That's why you're cavelling over that. It's a bit of a Jewish word. You're cavelling over this. I can't imagine Hugh Fullerton actually listened to it because I don't think he's a real fan. But when somebody told him, it was like, oh yeah, oh they mentioned 13. Oh yeah, because that's what they're all like. They're all freaking crazy. Yumet says of her old rival at one point. Yeah, I like a fan of her work. It certainly seems necessary. There are no plans for the TV series to create a rival explanation to Missy Master plot hole, but if they want to, they will. I mean, again, Mary Shelley. That's all I'm gonna say. For now, it seems like McCullen's explanation will be left to stand, solving the mystery for the time being. No, actually, it's better that you read it. Again, bigots, racists, and fans of the current era of Doctor Who are all baby-brained imbeciles. That all the ones I've met, anyway. And they work at things really simply. Really, really simply. Though, of course, we're not sure that will stop the fans from continuing to create their own theories. Yeah, listen, mate. This entire era of Doctor Who is being retconned away. It's not staying. And if it does stay, then Doctor Who's going away. That's your options. They are your options. Why? Because this era of Doctor Who has alienated enough Doctor Who fans now that the ones that are left are not enough to financially support this. Look at merchandise sales. There's a reason why Jodie is very absent from Time Lord Victorious. I say this pretty much every video I talk about her now. The worst thing, the absolute worst thing that can happen to the Jodie Whittaker Doctor, the absolute worst thing is for this production team to make and air Doctor Who, because then people see it and they remember how much they hate it, and the ratings go down. I'm pretty convinced if they have a 10-episode season, which I think they kind of have to, HBO already paid for it, then you're going to see ratings go, and they air them all together. You're going to see ratings hit, I think, mid twos, and that's consolidated. That's not overnight. It's consolidated. Though, of course, there won't stop them continuing to theorize. For one thing, we're pretty sure this new twist doesn't technically rule out the Wild Master coming before Misty. Anyway, again, nothing matters, okay? It doesn't matter at all. So there you go. Yeah, I thought it was a bit of a dry news day, nothing really to talk about. And then, Hugh Fullerton, Radio Times, the gift that keeps on giving. Thank you very much. My name is Phil Beckin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.